Disrespect doesn't always come as an insult. Sometimes it's in the way they ignore you, the way they talk over you, the way they treat you like you don't matter. And what hurts the most is not what they do, it's what you allow. You stay silent, but not the kind of silence that comes from strength, the kind that comes from doubt, from hesitation, from not knowing your worth. I've been there, trying to be patient, trying to understand, until one day you realize you're not being kind, you're being tolerated. Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself that your value is not determined by how others treat you, but by how you respond. So the real question is, how much disrespect are you unconsciously accepting every single day? Hello everyone, welcome to the Mind Awakening channel. In this video, you'll discover 9 Stoic lessons that don't just protect your dignity, they redefine it. Now let's get started. Lesson number 1. Don't take disrespect personally. The first instinct when someone disrespects you is to take it as a reflection of your worth. You feel attacked, diminished, questioned. But here's the shift. Stoicism teaches, it's not about you. If people act from their own level of awareness, their own insecurities, their own unresolved chaos, their behavior reveals them, not you, eh? Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, when someone does wrong, it's because they don't understand what is right. The moment you stop taking disrespect personally, something powerful happens. You stop reacting emotionally. You stop needing to prove yourself. You stop giving them control over your inner state, because your value was never in their hands to begin with. And once you realize that their disrespect loses its power. Lesson number 2. Respond, don't react. Disrespect is designed to trigger you, to pull you into anger, to make you lose control, to bring you down to a level where clarity disappears. Most people react instantly. They raise their voice, defend their ego, escalate the situation. But reaction is weakness disguised as strength. Response is different. Response is controlled, intentional, measured. It comes from awareness, not impulse. Stoicism teaches that between stimulus and response, there's a space. And in that space lies your power. When you choose not to react immediately, you reclaim control. You decide how you show up. You decide what deserves your energy. And often, the strongest response is calm, precise, and unexpected. Lesson number 3. Set boundaries without explaining yourself. Many people think strength means enduring disrespect, staying quiet, being understanding, giving endless chances. But that's not strength. That's avoidance. True strength is knowing where your line is and enforcing it, without anger, without drama, without needing to justify it. You don't need to explain your boundaries to people who benefit from you having none. Epictetus taught that you teach others how to treat you by what you tolerate. The moment you allow repeated disrespect, you silently approve it. But when you set a boundary and stand by it, you send a different message. I respect myself enough to walk away if needed. And that kind of quiet certainty commands respect without ever asking for it. Before we continue, have you ever stayed silent in front of disrespect and later wished you handled it differently? Share your answer in the comments. I'd really like to hear your perspective, and it might help others reflect too. And if this is resonating with you, consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us keep creating content that truly makes a difference. Now, let's continue. Lesson number 4. Stop seeking respect from those who don't value it. One of the most exhausting things you can do is try to earn respect from someone who has already decided not to give it. You adjust your tone. You explain yourself more clearly. You try to prove your worth through actions, but nothing changes. Because respect is not something you negotiate. It's something people either carry within them or they don't. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply. You cannot control how others see you, only how you choose to live. The moment you stop chasing respect from the wrong people, you reclaim your energy. And more importantly, you stop placing your value in the hands of those who were never qualified to define it. Lesson number 5. Learn to walk away without needing the last word. There's a part of you that wants closure, to say one last thing, to make them understand, to prove that you were right. But here's the truth. The need for the last word is often just your ego asking for validation. Not every situation will end with clarity. Not every person will understand you. And that's okay. Stoicism teaches that peace comes not from winning arguments, but from detaching from the need to win at all. Walking away in silence is not weakness. It's discipline. It's choosing peace over pride, growth over validation. And sometimes, the strongest statement you can make is saying nothing and never returning. Lesson number 6. Let your life be the response. When disrespected, you feel the urge to defend yourself, to explain, to correct, to prove them wrong. But words rarely change people who have already made up their minds. What does? Consistency? Growth? Discipline? Results. Epictetus believed that philosophy is not something you talk about, it's something you live. Instead of reacting, you redirect your energy. You build, you improve, you elevate, and over time, something interesting happens. You no longer feel the need to respond because your life becomes the answer, and the more you grow, the less their disrespect even reaches you. Lesson number 7. Don't mirror their behavior. When someone disrespects you, there's a strong temptation to give it back, to match their tone, to lower yourself just enough to teach them a lesson. But the moment you mirror their behavior, you become part of the same problem. You lose the very standard you're trying to defend. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, the best revenge is not to become like your enemy. Your strength is not in retaliation. It's in restraint. In choosing not to let someone else's behavior dictate who you become. Because the moment you stay grounded, calm, and in control, you don't just protect your dignity, you elevate it. Lesson number 8. Accept that not everyone will respect you. This is a hard truth, but a freeing one. No matter how kind you are, how clear you are, how strong you are, there will always be people who misunderstand, undervalue, or disrespect you. And that's not a failure, it's reality. The mistake is believing you can change everyone's perception. You can't. Stoicism teaches acceptance, not of disrespect, but of the fact that you don't control how others behave. Once you accept this, you stop taking it personally. You stop trying to fix what isn't yours to fix, and your peace becomes less dependent on how others see you and more rooted in how you see yourself. Lesson number 9. Choose self-respect over connection. Sometimes the hardest decision is not dealing with disrespect. It's deciding to walk away from someone you still care about. Because part of you wants to hold on, to preserve the connection, to avoid the pain of letting go. But here's the truth. A connection that costs you your self-respect is too expensive. Epictetus taught that no external relationship is worth losing your inner freedom. And self-respect is that freedom. The moment you choose yourself, even when it hurts, you send a clear message. I would rather be alone than be treated less than I deserve. And that decision changes everything. Conclusion. Disrespect will always exist. You can't eliminate it from the world. But you can decide how much of it you allow into your life. And that changes everything. The deeper lesson is this. Your dignity is not something others give you. It's something you protect through your choices. Every time you tolerate what goes against your values, you weaken that protection. But every time you choose awareness, restraint, and self-respect, you strengthen it. Start applying this today. The next time you feel disrespected, don't react immediately. Pause, observe. Ask yourself, what response aligns with the person I'm trying to become? Sometimes it's a calm boundary. Sometimes it's silence. And sometimes it's walking away. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Your support is what keeps this journey alive, and there's so much more depth ahead. Stay with us and keep building a mind that no one can shake. Thank you for taking the time to watch until the end of the video. See you in the next videos.